What's up guys, this is Mandeep Burmi from Ace Driving School. In this video we're gonna practice driving around residential areas, some traffic lights as well. So this video is all about driving practice. Alright, so before we get going, so you want to make sure your seat is good, your seat belt is on, and your side mirrors are good, your rear view mirror is good. Okay, so I'm just going to shift into reverse here, and now I want to go this way, so the back side of my car will be going to the left, so I put my left blinker on. So if anytime when you're backing up, by the rules, if the back end of your car goes to the left, then you signal left, and if the back side of your car goes to the right, then you signal right. So I have my left blinker on. I'm checking on both sides to make sure there's no pedestrian, cyclist, and no other cars behind me. Parking lots are just like a two-way street, so you always want to stay on the right hand side unless you see a sign indicating it's a one-way. So here we don't have a sign indicating it's a one-way, so that means it's a two-way. So I'm staying on the right hand side. If I start driving in the left side, that's gonna be a critical error in the driving test. Okay, now we're gonna be turning left here. So here I have to do a full stop before the sidewalk. Anytime before you go out from a parking lot, you have to make a full stop before the sidewalk or before you enter on the street. So I'm just waiting for the traffic here. So right side is clear, but there is a car coming from the left side. Now this guy is gone, and we are going on a two-way street as well. So that's why I came to the right hand side. After my turns, the first thing I look for is the speed limit sign. So here I don't see any speed limit sign so far. So that means in Manitoba it's 50 kilometers. So I have to make sure I don't go over the speed limit. If I go over the speed limit, that's going to be a critical error. But at the same time, if I start driving too slow, that's going to create interference with the other traffic, and that will become a critical error as well. Alright, so very important point. You want to make sure you don't go over the speed limit, you don't go super slow. So in Manitoba you can drive, if the road condition is good, weather is clear, you can drive between in 50 zone, you can drive between 40 and 50 kilometers. Okay, so I have both hands on the steering. If I start driving with one hand like this, that's gonna be a critical error, because in your driving test they want to see everything perfect. Okay, driving test, they want to see everything perfect, so make sure you have both hands on the steering. If you need to scratch, that's totally fine. You know, you can do that, but just don't relax your hand like this. Just don't keep driving with one hand. When you stop behind a car, you should be able to see the back tires of that car on the ground here. Back tires are like you want to have about a car length distance, and your distance, it depends on the road condition as well. If the roads are icy, you can have a little bit more space. So now we got a green light. So this intersection we are going straight. There is a blue car on the left side, and they are turning left. So they are just waiting for us because we are going straight. So we got the right of way. So now traffic in front of me, they are slowing down. I'm slowing down to maintain my distance. Very important point, because if I don't do that, if I don't press on the brake over there, I'm gonna end up too close to that truck. And if I do that in the driving test, that's a deduction for sure. Crosswalk means you have to look for pedestrians. Now in your driving test, you physically have to move your head to make it obvious to your examiner that you're checking on the crosswalk. Okay, still both hands, I still got both hands on the steering wheel. Now we see another four-way stop sign coming up, and I'm gonna start slowing down. Roads are a little bit icy right now, so you know, when the roads are icy in winter time, you want to start slowing down a little bit earlier, so that way you will not lose control over your car. And by the way, Sears, they are closing, so they are doing some advertisement. Alright, so we are good to go. We are going straight here. Okay, so I still did not see any speed limit sign, guys, so that means the speed limit here is still 50 kilometers. Now this road, it doesn't look too bad, so I'm doing exactly 50 kilometers right now. Actually, most of the time, like, the stop signs are icy, but here this street is in pretty good condition. Another crosswalk, so I'm checking left, checking right to make sure there's no pedestrians. A lot of people ask me why do I need to move my head? Okay, so when I give a driving lesson, a lot of my students, they ask me, oh, that's silly, you know, why do I need to move my head? Because I can lose control over my car if I do that. The reason is a couple reasons. One, when you move your head, you're making it obvious to your examiner that you're checking, because if you're only checking with your eyes, your examiner doesn't know if you're checking or not. Okay, other reason is when you move your head, you're engaged with the process. Okay, so after this blue car we will go. See what's happening here, guys? Like I supposed to actually go first. Okay, now this guy is waiting for me. Okay, but good thing he's not doing his driving test, otherwise he would have got like automatic fail there. Okay, because he was actually trying to go, he was the third one who came, but he was trying to go first. That's what people do in real life. Okay, so you have to be careful, and in your driving test your examiner want to see that. Okay, now you know, if he's moving already and if I start moving at the same time, I will still get automatic fail in my driving test, because now yes, he's wrong, but I'm not doing anything to avoid collision. Okay, it's called, you know, defensive driving. All right, so yes, you want to focus on your driving, but at the same time you want to see what other people are doing. Okay, so to stay safe on the road. So we're gonna be turning left at the stop sign. Now this stop sign is guys, it's one-way stop sign, so we made a full stop here before the sidewalk. Now we're just gonna roll forward, and we have to check on both sides. Now there is traffic on the left hand side. Now the silver car here is also turning left, so I'm just waiting for the silver car. There's more traffic coming from the left side. Now this street is busy pretty much all the time, so I know it's gonna take a while here. So just keep checking on both sides. So after this car, now we are good to go. Alright, so going back to my other point there on the crosswalks. Yes, so a couple reasons why you need to move your head. One, as I mentioned, you want to make everything obvious to your examiner in the driving test. Second reason is you want to engage with the process. Okay, a lot of time what happens when you get your license, if you don't move your head, you're not actually quite focusing on the crosswalk. Okay, because we start, you know, we got like too many distractions going on, right? Some people use cell phones, radio, talking, pets. There's lots going on, so that's why you physically have to move your head to get engaged with the process. So we're gonna be turning right at this traffic light, so I'm going to signal right. Now you can turn right on a red light, but first you have to do a full stop before the stop line. If I try to turn right here without doing a full stop, that's gonna be automatic fail. We don't have any prohibited sign here, so I'm just gonna roll forward, checking traffic, checking pedestrians on the right side, traffic on the left side, pedestrians on the right side, and then I go. Now in Manitoba, turning right on a red light is optional, so you don't have to go. Okay, if you don't feel safe turning right on a red light, you can also sit there and wait for the green light. Nobody can force you to turn right on a red light, and in my opinion, I think right turn on a red light is mostly for experienced drivers. Okay, when you're still learning how to drive, first you should actually wait for the green light, and then when you have more experience down the road after 3 months, 6 months, that's when you should start turning right on a red light. Okay, because that time you already gone through a lot of different situations, and you know, when you go through different situations, it's going to expand your knowledge. All right, so and when your knowledge is expanding, then you start to make good decisions. Okay, so I still got both hands on the steering wheel. Speed limit sign, we did not see any speed limit sign, so it's still 50 kilometers. And as you're going straight, you want to look at your speedometer as well every few seconds to make sure you're not going over the speed limit, you're not going too slow. So we're going to be turning left at the traffic lights. When you're about 30 meters from the intersection, that's when you put your signal on. So I got my left blinker on. Light is red, so I'm looking for a stop line, and I do see a stop line here. It's kind of faded, but I still see it, so I stop here, and I'm staying closer to the center of the street. Okay, we did not have any yellow line in the middle, so I just imagine a yellow line and then I stay closer to the center of the street. Now when the light turns green, I have to establish, because I see a lot of oncoming traffic. So now we got a green light, so I'm just gonna go in the intersection and then stop before the middle of the intersection. Alright, so right now I'm checking 3 things. I'm checking my traffic light, I'm checking oncoming traffic, I'm checking pedestrians on the left hand side. Looks like after this last car we are good to go. So there's no more oncoming traffic, there's no pedestrian crossing. At the same time, like, my light went amber, so that means I have to clear the intersection. Alright, so if you don't clear the intersection on time, that's a possible critical mistake as well. Same thing here, I look for a speed limit sign. I don't see any speed limit sign, so it's 50 kilometers. Flashing amber light means you just have to be cautious. You can check left and right to make sure you know, it's clear. And we're just gonna park on the right hand side. So guys, if you like to see more videos like this one, please hit that like and subscribe button. Again, this is Mandeep Burmi from ACE Driving School in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I really want to help you guys pass your driving test and make you a better driver on the road, better and safe driver on the road. So please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys again next time. Thank you very much.